Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Although Tom Hanks failed to win a Golden Globe last weekend for his portrayal of Fred Rogers in A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, he did, however, manage through his work in the Mary Hella film for Columbia Pictures to enthrall the critics once again and, more importantly, capture the hearts of millions of television neighbors who are proud to consider Mr. Rogers as their friend. Adding to that, his Cecil B. DeMille Award, which I guess is 95% recognition for an incomparable body of work that spans generations, and 5% compensation. Knowing that his performance as Mr. Rogers could get some Oscar buzz this coming Monday, I decided to bring you the wisdom of Fred Rogers in two parts. From the thrift store, purchased for $2.99, I have this PBS 4-disc collection of 30 classic episodes from 1979 to 2001, including the pilot episode in black and white, the It's a Beautiful Day collection. Mr. Rogers' wisdom spans generations, and one person that can certainly attest to that is the author of this book, Preschool Clues, raising smart, inspired, and engaged kids in a screen-filled world. That book explains how a good media diet, as the author coins it, of smart preschool television, whether it be Mr. Rogers or Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, or anything you can find on PBS, or Nick Jr. or Disney Jr., or heck, even HBO Family Jam, which I loved back when I was a kid, and still do now. Anyone watch CrashBots? How a smart media diet of quality preschool television can actually shape the foundation of good social and emotional development for your child, in the form of 11 clues, and we'll get to those clues. Fred was the author's mentor from afar, and that mentorship by osmosis certainly came in handy and was one of the beneficial factors in Angela C. Santomero co-creating with Todd Kessler and Tracy Page Johnson the wildly successful and iconic Blue's Clues for Nickelodeon. By the way, I have a Blue's Clues review. If anyone wants to check that out in the description below, I made a posable blue plushie skidoo into a Pretty Little Liars poster, or at least attempted to. Anything but anything to insert PLO in any of my videos. And even speaking as a major fan, you won't find that in here, and it would be disrespectfully out of place if you did. Preschool Clues is an Amazon purchase. It was $1.99, that's for the item itself, $3.98 shipping handling, and 39 cents tax, for a total of $6.36. I'm not going to, insert PLO references into any video I do just for the heck of it. I make sure that each item I review for each video I do is judged accordingly through an independent, unbiased analysis. In other words, I want to be a helper for anyone out there who is looking to add a tinsel-down touch to their secondhand shopping needs. To paraphrase what Mr. Rogers' mother told Fred, always look for the helpers. You will always find helpers who are helping people out there in this world. And Mr. Rogers was certainly born to be one of those helpers. An ordained Presbyterian minister, renowned television producer, songwriter, composer, you name it. He is a multiple threat in the name of good. It's always a beautiful day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Through his daily television visits, generations of kids have grown up with Mr. Rogers as their friend. Kind and gentle, Mr. Rogers created a calm, safe space where all children were welcome. Filled with real-life guests, interesting field trips, and charming make-believe segments, each episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood encouraged kids to explore the world around them, learning about themselves and their communities. This special set celebrates the 50th anniversary of the beloved Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Watch as Mr. Rogers helps children learn the importance of being kind to others, appreciating what makes everyone unique, recycling, and taking care of our planet, and much more in these 30 memorable episodes of the classic series, which run a total of 14.5 hours combined, with English subtitles and in full screen mode. Brief summaries of each episode are featured inside the case. So you take out disc 1 and disc 4, and you get to learn more about each episode, along with a few episode stills. 2, I believe, for each half of the case. It's interesting to see the evolution of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood if you watch them all chronologically and all at once. From the early black and white days and the days of Johnny Costa, the music director for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, to the days of pre-high definition production and the tunes of Michael Morris, who took over as music director for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when John Costa passed away on October 11, 1996. And by the way, speaking musically, Michael Morris was more melodically in tune. John Costa, because of his jazz roots, was a bit more jazzy, so I say cartoonish in some aspects, with the build-up to Mr. Rogers entering his neighborhood home to sing his iconic opening theme, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty world, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so..." Excuse me, I'll stop. I'll probably pick it up later. Anyway, this is a flyer for more PBS productions, more grown-up PBS productions. This side, masterpiece. Simply masterpiece. And I do respect Masterpiece, but I won't be buying any of these anytime soon. I already own the first season of Downton Abbey, and I am quite satisfied with Wuthering Heights. Thank you very much. I'll leave a link for that below. By the way, all of your Masterpiece favorites are available on Prime Video channels, Amazon Prime. Nice to know, but I'd much rather buy the DVDs. The other side of this flyer, more variety in PBS productions. Abacus, the Great British Baking Show, the 4th season of it, sets lies and butterflies on nature. We have a nature video too. Search the channel for that one. Link below if you're interested. Bill Nye, Science Guy. Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Eyes on the Prize. America's Civil Rights Years, and the Vietnam War from one of PBS's documentary titans, Ken Burns and associate Lynn Novick. There is no single truth in war. I did have a slight issue with one of the discs. They wouldn't go automatically to the title menu, one of these discs in here. So I had to click to the title menu myself, and once I did, well, we didn't have much of any problems afterwards. So, all discs played smoothly. I tested one episode in each disc, and they all played pretty well. No buffering issues, no pixelation issues, no issues with the sound. It played well. Now we move on to Preschool Clues. Now, this, by the way, is a review copy, not for resale. Ooh. This is from Touchstone Books, by the way. So what are the 11 clues to a good media diet that Angela lists in this book? Clue number 1, play. Playing opens the door to a preschooler's world. Clue 2, pause. Pausing helps preschoolers find their voice. And we don't just talk about pausing the show that they're watching, pausing in between conversations to help smooth things along. Clue 3, repeat. Repetition leads to learning and mastery. You'll learn how repeating the same episode of Blue's Clues every day for a whole week led to stronger cognitive skills for the children viewers. Clue 4, think. Unlocking the genius within. Clue 5, resolve. Conflict develops grit, coping skills, and strategies. There's definitely a lot of thought put into this book, and as far as clue number 5, resolve, goes, conflict is one of the central figures to a good story, whether in a book, or in a movie, or on a television show. But instead of fights for control of the galaxy, you have a smushed cake as conflict. That's to paraphrase an example from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Clue 6, respect. Respectfully communicating builds a preschooler's self-worth. Clue 7, help. Asking preschoolers, will you help me, develops empathy and confidence. So masterfully handled by Joe and Steve of Blue's Clues. Donovan Patton and Steve Burns. Steve Burns was the first host of Blue's Clues. Donovan Patton acted as Joe when Steve Burns left. Now it's Joshua De La Cruz taking the reins as host of Blue's Clues, and you, the Blue's Clues reboot, are Nick. Clue 8, model. Modeling shapes our preschoolers' behaviors and experience. Monkey see, monkey do. Child see, parent does. Clue 9, observe. Finding the extraordinary in the ordinary can spark our preschoolers' passion. Clue 10, enjoy. Singing and laughing makes parenting easier. Music is one of the integral points in all of Angela C. Santomero's productions. From Blue's Clues, Nick Balaban and Mike Rubin taking credit for that, to Voodoo Highway Music and Post Audio, whatever their name is. It is Voodoo Highway, the Canadian-based music collaborative company for Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. In some cases adapting some of Fred Rogers' songs for Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, and creating new ones with the help of the show's writers. Emmy nominated, by the way. And also, it helps it supervise and create a galaxy and listen proof. The final clue. Clue 11. Celebrate. Celebrating the small things grows preschoolers' sense of optimism and intrinsic motivation. To everyone who has let their preschoolers watch one of my shows, thank you for trusting us and allowing us into your homes. An acknowledgement of the parents who let their preschoolers, their children, watch any of her programs that she has developed over the past couple of decades. I'll take that. Angela is a modern-day Fred Rogers, says Joanne Rogers, Mr. Rogers' widow. She is also, and Angela coined this herself, so I didn't have to, the Susan Lucci of children's television. In 2019, last year at the Daytime Emmy Awards, after 21 nominations, she finally won her first Daytime Emmy for, what else? Following in the footsteps of her mentor from afar, Mr. Rogers. Outstanding preschool children's animated series, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, with a nomination in the same category for writing. One of the secrets to your preschooler success could be found in their favorite TV shows. As the creator of award-winning children's television series Blue's Clues, which also earned a Peabody, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, Super Y, and more, Angela C. Santomero, M.A., has spent decades instilling confidence in her preschool-age viewers by helping them learn critical thinking skills, fostering empathy, and nurturing their sense of self-worth. One educational and entertaining episode at a time. In Preschool Clues, she brings parents and educators behind the scenes of her shows and behind the scenes of her family life away from developing her shows, revealing 11 research-based foundational clues that lay the groundwork for preschoolers' academic, social, and emotional growth. With practical, straightforward advice and a friendly, inspiring conversational approach to help you let go of screen time guilt and design a healthy media diet. There is a prologue and epilogue that deals with screen time guilt on the part of a parent named Katie and her child Liam. Embrace the power of the pause to help your preschoolers find their voice, become fluent in the universal language of play, and find the ordinary, the extraordinary in the ordinary. By the time you've finished reading Preschool Clues, you'll understand exactly what your children are learning from the shows they are watching and why their shows are so effective at communicating that learning. And you'll know exactly how to apply that same tried and tested approach to the way you parent your kids, with the same powerful results. She can be reached online at AngelasClues.com. That would be her blog site. Retail price $16.99 US, $22.99 in Canada. And helpful charts like parenting production notes and clue takeaways which bookend each chapter help guide you to take the knowledge you will learn from this and put it to good use. So I gotta give both of these items here a 5 out of 5, which altogether is 10 out of 10. And this being Mr. Rogers related, there's no mystery why. Mr. Rogers is a legend, and as they say, legends never die. Although stomach cancer took him away from us, you take his lifelong wisdom with him, and I guarantee you will have a beautiful day in your own neighborhood. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side.